So are there any risks, pitfalls and other disadvantages of these kinds of what I'm calling global health, but are really sort of intercultural experiences? Well, I'd say most definitely yes, and some of them are deliberate and anticipated, and possibly even from an educator's point of view to be hopeful, because if that causes discomfort and gives one cause to challenge your own assumptions and beliefs, that's what leads to a transformed worldview. And that transformed worldview isn't always an easy process. It can be uncomfortable. It can really completely turn on the head your understanding of how the world works that you might have had throughout your whole life up to that point. So it can be quite an emotionally and intellectually traumatic event. But providing it's scaffolded and managed such that it leads to a better understanding and more comfort, therefore, with a new understanding of how the world works, and that's a positive thing. But of course, some people might react differently, and your whole value system might change when you go to a country where you experience levels of, let's say, just normal ways of being that are completely outside of your frame of reference. You go to the local shop to eat and there's no food that you recognise, and you end up just getting hungry because you feel there's just nothing you can eat. I mean, that could be quite upsetting and distressful in its own sense. And then there are practical considerations as well. So in this block that I described, the elective block, where around 60 or slightly more % of our students go abroad, that's got financial implications. So a very practical barrier around getting these experiences, certainly from international countries, is having the resources to be able to go. And increasingly we're finding, not least because our course is a graduate entry course, so all of our students who've entered the Warwick Medical School course have already taken at least one degree at undergraduate level, have come with a certain level of personal debt. And if that is a barrier to going to spend 5 weeks in Malawi, then that could clearly be a disadvantage. However, we do emphasise, back to the phrase experiencing the global and the local, you don't just have to go to Tamil Nadu to experience how Tamil people live. You can also go to Foles Hill Road in Coventry.